Tracking that.
Appropriate for you to make a motion to amend?
Point of information.
Dave?
If Molly's motion dies for lack of adoption, four members adopting it, will this topic not be brought back by the staff at our next council meeting, our next workshop?
At somewhere, folks, you've got to resolve this. So it's either going to get resolved tonight or at a subsequent meeting. Again,
Okay,
my
so
fear.
one way or the other, it's going to come back to us again.
I'm sorry.
If it doesn't go tonight.
It's going to happen, somewhere you've got to find a resolution for this.
Mr. Mayor, I second Molly's motion.
As a point of order, I'd ask the city attorney, it would be my understanding that the only time at this point that it cannot come back is the next council meeting because the vote to table failed, for time certain failed, and hasn't been reconsidered. That it could.
I'm looking at our adopted rules, and it does talk about motions to reconsider. It says a motion to reconsider must be made by a person who voted with the majority on the principal question must be made at the same or succeeding regular meeting. No motion to reconsider and adopt quasi-judicial, well, it doesn't apply, it says quasi-judicial, so. It's already come back once. I'm not sure what format, I'd have to research that, what format it could come back at all.
Comment?
Yeah.
It has to come back. We need action on this. The staff needs action on this. The city needs action on
Do
this.
we have to take action on it, or can the old ordinance?
I believe we're currently out of compliance. We do need to have a penalty to assess if and when that does become applicable. It's my understanding.
And just for time's sake, I do think that Molly's presentation is her bringing forward the $10. I think is a fair assessment.
Okay, I've got a motion and a second to amend the item, amending the penalty to $10 per violation and $10 for each subsequent violation
And this is per day?
per day.
I'm going to vote yes on this time around, just to get this thing through so we can move on and go home tonight sometime. Irritates me that we come this far to one side just to get this passed. I don't think there's any meeting in the middle at all. So,
Any other comments? I've got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
An ordinance repealing ordinance number 1372 related to commute trip reduction, and adopting a new ordinance related to commute trip reduction, with the new code sections being expanded, clarified, and restructured in a more efficient format.
Setting the penalties.
So we still need a motion to pass, post, and publish.
The pass and post.
No, publish, because this is a.
Publish,
It's an ordinance.
Publish the $10 amount that Molly had stated.
Yep, it's already in there. I've got a motion by Rod.
Second.
I've got a motion and a second to pass, post, and publish the ordinance in the usual manner. And just to confirm, this does have the $10 and $10 in there. Final discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
No?
Motion carries. Thank you. Items under new business. Mr. Evers, Agenda Bill 4810, request signature authorization for the city's discharge monitoring reports to Department of Ecology.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Council. Staff submitted a new discharge authorization letter for the mayor's signature. When a city has a newly elected mayor, city manager, director, Department of Ecology must be provided a new signature delegation authorization letter if someone other than the elected official will be signing the discharge monitoring report for our wastewater treatment plant. In accordance with federal regulations, this form will need to be signed by the ranking elected official or the mayor. The recommended action this evening is to authorize the mayor to sign the discharge authorization letter permitting Ryan Baker, our wastewater treatment plant operator to sign and submit the discharge monitoring report to the Department of Ecology.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to authorize the mayor to sign the discharge authorization letter permitting Ryan Baker to sign and submit discharge monitoring reports to Department of Ecology. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Mr. Evers, Agenda Bill 4910, the annual lease agreement between the City of Washougal and Children's Home Society for use of the Social Services Center.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Staff submitting the annual lease agreement between the city and the Children's Home Society. This lease has to date been in the amount of $1 per year paid by Children's Home Society to the city for the use of the Social Service Center at 1702 C Street. This contract expired on December 31, 2010. December 31, 2009. Staff has also informed Children's Home Society that operation costs to maintain the existing level of service may be considered when the proposed lease agreement expires in December 2010. That is a typo. It's not 2000. The recommended action, authorize the mayor to sign the annual lease agreement for and between the city and the Children's Home Society for lease of the social service building when it becomes available.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to authorize the mayor to sign the annual lease agreement between the city and the Children's Home Society. Any discussion? Dave?
Point of information. Why is the city subsidizing social services when it's not part of its core mission?
The social service?
Right.
Yeah, we actually upgraded the social service center 2005 and 2006 through a community development block grant through Clark County for the actual facility. Children's Home Society offers multiple services. Councilmember Greenlee had alluded to that at the last workshop. There is an opportunity similar to other lease and/or ground lease agreements where the city can do a minimal charge to offer that. I did speak with Bridget Nelson. She's the main contact. I ran the numbers on janitorial services on an annual basis, as well as the elevator costs for that specific facility, and it's just under $6,000 annually. I did inform her that council may consider that in 2010 when the proposed lease agreement expires.
Yes, Molly?
While I would actually agree with Councilmember Shoemaker's point, is that this is a topic that we need to discuss. We know that finances are going to be very difficult in the coming years. I feel it would be most unfair to change any dollar amount that we currently have in the middle of a calendar year for them, in the middle of a fiscal year for them. I think that would be extremely unfair. And it would only be fair, as Mr. Evers has stated, to give them an opportunity to have a discussion with the city on coming to terms for the next contract, starting in 2011.
As a member of the Finance Committee, and one of my primary duties is reviewing payables, I've noticed in past bills that they have had long-distance calls, and I just wanted to make sure, this is per their contract or their building lease, they're responsible for their phones and